So we're going to start talking about exit strategies from your 22. Defensively, how you can exit your 22 as safely as possible without creating situations where you're likely to turn the ball over or situations where you're not able to clear the ball out of the 22 a safe enough distance so that you are not constantly under pressure, a way of relieving pressure from your own 22. So we're going to take a look at a line out, and because we are trying not to actually have people in close contact, this is sort of spaced out version of a line out. Can I have the ball, Trixie? So inside your 22 at a line out, you're very unlikely to throw the ball to the back jumpers, because the further the ball is in the air, the more time that the other team has to jump and also take that ball, the more opportunity for the ball to not go straight in flight and for us to turn it over. So from a line out, it would make more sense to throw to the first pod, which is Laney, who would be catching it with the ball up in the air, facing the sideline there. There it is. Put your hands in the air for me, Laney. There it is. She'd be catching it there. What we might do to get out of here then is a box kick, something that we practiced last week. Now we could box kick from here, but our angle is rather tight. What would make more sense is if Laney were to come down with this, we were to create a maul, so Trixie turn the other way, Tom turn the other way, and just stay as you are. They would drive that forward. This group would back away from this. Ball would come down, and somebody would take this, and they would set up a ruck. A couple of people get close to them, and that's close enough. That's all. We'll just pretend that there's a ruck right there. And then the scrum half might say to these people, let me have the guard. Let me have a guard. And the ball would be on the ground, and then it would come back. And like last week we practiced, the scrum half puts in the box kick to either land inbounds if they think that they have a better chance of chasing that down and pinning the defensive wing, or into touch if they feel comfortable that their own line out is good enough to disrupt and or contest the opponent's line out. Let's say this was a scrum in this situation. So we have 8 people, then we have 3 people just stand right there and face that direction for me. And then let me have 2 people just stand behind them, and then 1 person stand behind them. That's good. 1 person stand behind them. Those 3 just take a step for me. And what we might do, again, depending upon if it's tight, we might decide we want to move this a little. And what might happen is the 8 might pick up and run into the defensive scrum half, come in and go down. Flanker comes in, other flanker we don't have, but they would be there. The flanker comes in, bang, bang. We have a guard come in, we have a guard come in, and then leave it on the ground for me. And just take a step forward for me, there we are. And take a step back, Laney, because you're just a little in the way. And again, the ball would come out, and that 9 would put that box kick in. So basically, we are trying to move the ball infield by 1 ruck in order to improve our angle to kick to touch. At scrums or lineouts, we have the option to put a ball back to a fly half. One of the problems there is that dependent upon how good the fly half is. If we catch a ball here and throw it back 10 yards and they can only kick it 10 yards, just punt it off for me, man. Then the other team ends up with a line out just a little further down than where we already had the ball. And if they have a good line out, it means that they are now in an incredibly good attacking situation. So, if you have a really good fly half or fullback with a big foot who can boom it down to the halfway line, going back to them is good. If you don't, then a much better option is bring it in, move it, and have your number 9 box kick it.